Hi everyone, welcome to Infinity Capital. This is Raj. So today we are going to talk about a fresh listing that happened on NSE. This company is called Home First Finance. So Home First Finance is a company which gives home loans to new first home buyers. The market cap of the company is around 5,000 crores. We are looking at the investor presentation of Home First Finance. So the shares were offered at 518 rupees per share. It was listed on February the 3rd, 2021, recent listing. Just going to do a quick check here. So basically, it's a technology-driven affordable housing finance company. So a lot of finance companies, other finance companies have actually incorporated technology, analytics, data, and they are using all these support systems to assess the quality of the customer. Now they have access to CIBIL scores, so they can quickly check whether what is the payment history of the customer, how reliable the customer is. So these days home loans are being processed very quickly, and that is the benefit of technology in for these companies. So if you see, they offer home loans to people whose salary is less than 50,000 per annum. This is predominantly their focus, to offer home loans to people who usually can't buy houses through the regular channel, like you go to NHDFC, Axis Bank. These banks or other finance companies will only give you a loan if your salary is above a certain bracket, if you are working with a type of company which they have a certain set of companies that they cater to. Say if you're working with a big multinational or a corporate or a tier 2 company. However, if you're working with a small company which has only 5 6 employees or 10 employees, they don't usually give loans to people who work with very small companies. All right, so if you see, their average loan ticket size is around 10 lakhs, and so data science backed underwriting process. So their underwriters use a lot of data analysis, and then they sort of give out these loans. Okay. Just a small brief history about the company. Company was formed in 2010, and then they started their operations in Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. And in 2014 they became profitable. They had 10,000 customers in 2016. They secured a Series C funding, Series A, Series B, Series C. These are private equity funding, guys. If you don't know, you could Google them. You know how private equity funding is done. Most important thing to note is Warburg Pincus has invested in this company in 2020. Warburg Pincus is one of the top private equity company which is managing around $60 billion of money, private equity money all around the world. So something noteworthy. Okay. This is the breakup of the shareholders. So there is this promoter group which is holding around 33% or so. I'll show it to you over here. So promoters hold 33, 34%. FIIs are holding 11%. DIIs are holding 43%. So only 13% of the stock is out to be traded with public. I like this sort of setup in the in the shareholding pattern. I want institutions holding a lot of shares, because institutions are in for the long run. They will not sell the stock if it goes up 20%. Something that is noteworthy, guys. Something that I always look for. What else? This is the management. You can go and download this PDF from the company's website. So something that I wanted to highlight here, guys. So look at the customer base. So this customer, his income was approximately around 49,000 per month. So he was getting a salary credit of 19,000, plus he was making some money in private tuitions. So these are the customers that they are catering to. Then there is this guy in Surat who is working. He's a diamond polisher. His cash salary is around 20,000. His wife was earning around 9,000. So these are the customers. This guy owns a iron fabricating shop. So they are catering to a very specific category of people who don't have access to the regular channels. And my sense is that this company should do well, because we are a growing country. You know, our GDPs will grow, our per capita income will grow, and all these people who fall in the category wherein they can't go through the normal channel, they will have they so somebody has to come in and service these kind of customers. Let's do a quick check over here. So they have the cash flows in this company will be negative because it's a finance company. There will be borrowings because it's a finance company, so they borrow from somebody and lend to somebody, so the borrowings are going to show up, so it's not relevant here. What's relevant is that they have 680 crores as cash on the book, which so that's a good thing. Okay, from a profit and loss perspective, if you will see, the sales have been continuously increasing. However, see, it started from a very small base, so this growth, you know, might look amazing to you. However, we need to see what's happening in the past 5 6 years. So sales have been increasing, that's a good sign. Profits have been increasing in the past 4 years. Profits have become gone up by 400%. So these numbers look very encouraging, and that is the reason I was looking at this stock. Quarter on quarter, if you see March, sales were higher, profits were also higher, almost more than 125% higher. So overall, this looks very good. The numbers are very encouraging. So post IPO, the stock started drifting downwards. You know, it got listed, then it started drifting downwards, and then it has made a comeback. So basically, I am buying within this range. This is the range in which I will be buying the stock. So the stock was offered at 518, guys. So it's only trading at 570. So it's trading pretty close to its IPO offering price. I will be buying around this level. I'll be holding this stock for the next 6 to 8 months. My guess is that we should be able to make at least 40 to 50% returns from this stock. So this is my analysis. Thanks a lot, guys. Quick disclaimer, this is not a buy sell recommendation. Please consult your financial advisor before you want to buy or sell any shares. And this video is for educational purposes only. Thank you.